Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Hinterland. In this episode, we are going to tackle April and May. These are the dog days of spring. Is that what you call it? I don't know. April 1st, the first day of April started off pretty uneventful. Check on the grass, check on the crops. It's coming along. Can't believe that we're in the second year in April and we've yet to actually harvest anything. We started in March in the first year. We've gone a full year and we've yet to harvest anything that other than grass. So we've got some good times coming up, good times ahead. Anyways, the rest of the chores on the first day of April were pretty mundane. We obviously cleared the cell point and put this fabric under protection of the shed. Then we had to make a quick visit to the sheep to see what they created for us. Pretty much consistently every day or whatever, whether it's the first or second day of the month, we've been pulling out one pallet of wool. So these guys are kind of churning out 1,000 liters a day, basically. I guess that's good, but it'd be nice to figure out a way to get them to churn out more. Although I think we've said it before, we bottleneck at the spinnery, right? All right, there we go. Drop that in there. Check out that pile of wood products. There's a payday coming, I think. Anyways, next up, I think we only have the one pallet of sorghum here, so we'll dump that into the birds. I think we'll give it to the ducks here since they are my favorites. There you go. There you go, kids. Have some sorghum. We'll go loop around here and check to see. I don't think these greenhouses put anything out, but we'll just double check quickly. Yeah, just like I thought, nothing here. All right, let's head around for a quick check of the silage bales. We are 52%. Okay, so we got a little bit more work to do there before we can make any money. All right, now it's time to make a quick rip into town to go clear. We should have some bread and possibly some oil sitting on the loading dock down at the, I don't even know what to call it, the bakery / oilery. I don't know. Let's go check that out. I can see something. Yes, we have, that's bread. Bread. Yep, bread and sunflower or canola oil. So we're not really hanging on to this stuff, we're just selling it. I keep saying I'm going to set this to sell automatically, but I guess it does give us something to do, right? We can make a trip into town, clear this, and head home. Maybe grab an ice cream before we leave. It's a tricky little pallet here, the bread. There we go, we'll get that sold. It's amazing the oil, you can see the sag of the tractor as I pick this up. The oil pallets are heavy. Can't remember what the pallets of oil are worth, but I know the bread's usually worth about $1,500. There you go. I guess that would mean that the oil was a little over $3,000. All right, and welcome to the second day of April. 6 o'clock start here as we run through some of our normal morning errands, like clear the spawn point, keep adding to the mountain of wood. We're coming close. In the not too distant future, we're going to be selling off some of this wood product, and then we can see just how much we're going to cash in. At some point here, we're going to have to upgrade that sawmill, I think. Anyways, we'll drop that off, and next on to the next chore. Morning sheep. Oh, there's one laying right at the door. I just ran him over. Sorry. Anyways, couldn't help it. I saw you, but you didn't move. Anyways, there's our There's our standard 1,000 liters per in-game day. Thank you, my sheep friends. Man, some of these guys look like they're dead. I know that. Oh, he's still laying there. Sorry. Bump. Anyways, we'll go get this into the spinnery. All right, and once we get this in here, the next thing on tap for today is a big one, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Yep, that's right. It's new field day. So it's time to put the next field in up there next to the sunflower field. Man, just look at that. Look at the light. I say this every single time, I'm pretty sure, but God, this map looks so good. Lots and lots of stuff ahead for us here. Oh, look, we've got some pallets already spanning. Pallets are spanning. They're spawning. We'll have some birds to feed later on. Sunflowers are peeking up through the dirt. That's going to look really good when they're growing. But yeah, here's the home of our new field. I want to make sure I leave a good laneway between the sunflowers and this new field here. There's no sense, you know, getting too tight there and then creating possible problems. We need a place for things to turn around. Obviously, if we're harvesting, you know, from the farm to this end, we'll want to make sure we can turn around without running into the next field, destroying crops. You know, potentially if we want to cut through here, we want a nice road, and we just don't want to have to worry about destroying any crops. So I wasn't happy about how that little road up to our kind of initial farm turned out. It's super skinny, so I know at some point here I'm going to have to widen that. But anyways, this is going to be a pretty satisfying day. We're going to walk out of here with a brand new field, and I think we might even get this thing planted. All right, let's get this last little strip here. Man, no drama when it comes to creating fields. Actually, I'm gonna get this last little strip, and then we got a little bit of cleaning up around the edges to do before we can go to the next step for this field. But look at that, 7:30 in the morning, second day of April. The sun is shining. Although it is, you can tell it's spring. It's early still, so it's only 13 degrees Celsius. High is 17 today, but not calling for any rain, which is good. It's hard not to want to just plow all the way to the end here, but I want to. I don't want to just. But anyways, I've got some plans for that, and I still want to be able to access the forest properly. I'd say things are shaping up pretty good here. What's this? We had the small field at the beginning, then we had the initial 2 more fields, 3 fields. No, we had 3 fields. Yeah, so we had 4 fields at the beginning. Then we put that big field up the side. Put the sunflower field in. Yeah, so we got a number of fields already. Not bad. Oh, we still haven't harvested anything. Jeez, we've been on, I don't know how many, what is this? I don't even know what episode this is. Episode 19, maybe? I think it's episode 19, and we've yet to actually harvest a crop other than grass. I'm just checking these edges. Clean this up, and then we will go get the spreader. All right, and actually I forgot, we've got to take some soil samples here too, so we'll get both. We'll get the spreader, and then we'll get the, what is this thing called? The sample taker? We'll get the sample taker. So we're going to want to fill, I think I still have a bag of lime over here by this grass field. That is lime, right? Yes, that's lime. Perfect. The bottomless bag. Seems like we're never going to get through that bag. All right, let's get these samples. I was watching somebody's YouTube channel, and they were using a modded version of this, which basically took way bigger it covered way bigger area when you were taking the samples. I'd be curious to see that, because it was a little bit tedious, and obviously the bigger the fields get, the more tedious this gets because you have to take more samples. But I mean, as far as things that you have to do in Farming Simulator, this is definitely one of the easier ones. All right, we'll see if we can get this last. Should be able to just get this in one. Yeah, one. We'll get those sent off, and we should see the results back pretty quickly, and then we'll be able to start putting the lime down. I don't want to put the lime down until I have the samples back, because then it starts to, I don't know how to explain it. The lime will disperse as needed rather than just blanketing the field. Is that the right way to explain it? I think so. All right, the results are in. Everything is good, and we can now begin to make a big old mess. It's funny, this spreader is another one of these, you've heard me say it a million times, but there's certain pieces of equipment that when you're playing, like, unless you have $1 billion and you can choose between anything, you're sort of limited to trying to make the most of your money. And this is definitely one of those pieces of equipment that it's low on it's one of those ones that's like low on cost. It has a reasonable capacity for what we need. You can carry it with most tractors, and it has a nice wide working width. If you watched watching that Comland series that I've got going right now, trying to save some money, grabbing the what it was supposed to be a spreader, but turned out to just be a dropper, where there was zero spread whatsoever, but low cost, and it held some lime. You got to really watch, and this is just one of these. This unfortunately is one that's going to show up in more series than not when you're dealing with low starting funds, because it just it's a lot of bang for the buck, and there's just not a lot of other options. I mean, at least you can choose between I don't know what's the red version, is it Kubota and Valtra, I think, orange and red, or I don't even know. But I'm thinking I should dump. Actually, I don't remember. I'm thinking I should dump the dropper on Comlands and replace it with this. But okay, beautiful. That is one good-looking field. I always get these little gaps that I miss and try to go back, and it doesn't always fill. It won't always fill, but anyways. I don't know if it was smart to have that piece of high-tech equipment on the front of the tractor while we were throwing lime everywhere, but I guess we'll find out in the long run whether it still works. We'll get this stuff put away here, and then we will, before we go and plant that field, I think we want to, remember we saw some pallets there, so I want to get those put into the birds first, and then we will go and get ourselves set up. I wonder if I set the, does anybody know this? Yeah, does anybody know if I set the greenhouses to distribute, do they only go to productions, or will they go to animals? Because if I set it to distribute, then perhaps it would just feed the animals automatically. But if I guess if I set them to feed automatically, we would never be able to do things like this. Carrying 4 pallets at a time. It's funny actually, these, it would seem like it would make sense that you could put a ratchet strap around the forks when you have stuff like this, just to secure the load. Like, if I was trying to do this in real life and I had the ability to, the tractor could withstand the weight of, whatever's on there, I think I'd want to run a strap around it just to make sure that it didn't go flying. I have some weird glitches with my mouse here, so everything got extremely jittery here for some reason. All right, there you go, chickens. That's all you get. They still aren't producing any eggs. Maybe there's a problem with the chickens on this map. I don't know. The ducks are just running circles around those chickens. I think this is probably my favorite part about these bird enclosures here are these shelves. It'd be cool if the pallets spawned on the shelves, but it's actually kind of fun stacking stuff too. Okay, let's go get this thing put away. I just left it under the trees by the sawmill there when we were done with it the last time. It was kind of nice it was out of the way, but I think if we're going to, in this case, so we're not using this today. We're not using the planter. We're going to use the seeder, and we're going to put wheat into that new top field there. Oh, this is a little skinny. John Deere's got the market cornered on inexpensive farming implements. It seems like everything that's reasonable, whether it's, I see the batwing poking its head out there. There's the seeder and the planter, you know, they're all about around 6 meter, 5-6 meter working width, and you know, not super expensive. All good starting equipment, but they tend to show themselves often. All right, so this thing needs fertilizer. We got it topped up with seeds first, and actually, I think I was wrong. I ended up putting barley in the field, I think, not wheat. Navigate the narrow roads here. We have all the space in the world, and I made little tiny roads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's go look. I'm pretty sure I don't have any fertilizer left. More or less just wanted to get this out of the way so I could make the corner, but I might as well put the water into this distributor. All right, it's not fast, but it is effective. So I know we got a few bags in the middle of the under the lamps over there. So I'm wondering maybe one of those is fertilizer. I gotta buy more. Maybe we should get one of those refillable, like bulk, you know, the ones where you can buy bulk, and then I'm assuming it's the same price, like overall, as buying the bags. If you just paid a service and they came and filled it up for you. What do we got there? I got a bit of fertilizer left. By bit, I mean 157 liters. All right, we're gonna need to go to town. I wonder how many times we've done this drive. It's been a number of the. Whoa, hang on. So far I've destroyed more crops than I've harvested because I harvested nothing so far. But gotta be careful around these fields. But yeah, thank God it's a nice drive, and it's not like it's far, but it's not too far, you know. As usual, I'm seeing some pallets over there, so we should, looks like 2 pallets of oil, I think. So we should be able to get that sold. Just go drop this over here and we'll grab the forklift, because I am a licensed, trained forklift operator, qualified for moving my product from distribution to wholesale. All right, we got some canola oil and some sunflower oil. All right, quick check of the prices. I never really check, I just sell. 2,800. Top price February 31. Yeah, okay. I mean, we're close. There's no sense in sitting on this stuff. I could build up a stockpile, I guess, but I might as well just get her moved. Okay, bit of an issue with this pallet. Apparently you can't sell pallets while they're upside down. So we started off here with $5,800, and so about a little over $5,000 total between the 2 pallets. So that's good money. Let's go spend some money now, and then we can go plant a field. And the bank account goes up and down, doesn't it? I just realized something. That's as high as I can get this bag. This doesn't look right. I mean, the big bags are great, but I gotta figure out a way to get this trailer a little bit lower. Well, I'll figure out. I know how. We'll put it on this hill, but it's definitely not as safe. We should look at putting a loading ramp or something in at some point. Or maybe we can get the shop to trade out the forklift for some kind of a loader. That might be a better idea. A little more heavy duty. Potentially be able to lift higher. That looks like it'll work. Just kind of swing it on there. There we go. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Straps on for safety, and then we will be heading home so we can go plant a field. I love these days where like when you have when your fields are planted or your grass is growing or whatever, and you know that there's money coming at some point, it just makes you feel a little bit better. When you wake up in the morning and there's nothing going on and you've got to figure out how to go and find the money, that's not nearly as fun. But that's more typical of my life here in Farming Simulator because of how we always start and play. It's a lot of do-it-yourself. Fend for yourself. All right, beauty. We're all fulled up, and we can go attack that field now. As long as I don't run over anything here. I know, I can see already we're going to lose some sunflowers at some point here. Yeah, I think once we get the fields harvested, we're going to have to look at widening these roads. We'll lose a bit of plantable ground, I guess, but I mean, what's the point of having a crop there if you're going to run it over? Yeah, barley looks to be a quick turnaround there. Plant it now, we'll be harvesting it before the end of July. I'll take that. Plus, putting barley in here would make... So what do we have now? We have wheat and canola. We have sunflower, so this would be the fourth variation of crop that we'd have growing, which is good. Diversify, right? I want to get a plow. That cultivated ground state is fine. I mean, it's dirt, obviously, but I like the way the plows like really dig up the dirt. It looks way cooler than just flat cultivated. After you harvest and then you go through the cultivator, and it looks nice and clean then, but I still like that plowed texture better. Okay, all done. Doesn't look like it looks the same as what it looked like before we threw the lime down. I swear there's a crop in that field. Yeah, job well done. So that's a good day. So we get through. I mean, it's 11 o'clock in the morning on the second day of April, and we've already got a planted field. Good times. I just watch it grow. All right, I think with the rest of the day, I'd like to get some logging done. We're sitting with $6,600 right now, which is not fantastic. But first, we'll go run around here a little bit. It's probably, if I remember correctly, it's probably about the right time or close to sell that fabric. Let's get this parked up and we'll double check that. Yeah, the fabric's at $3,900. That's pretty good. So I think we're going to go sell that. The furniture, if I remember correctly, no, we're not there yet. I think we can still get that higher. So we have 2 pallets here. I know it shows we have 1,000 liters, but that's the only one on the fork. And then I got another pallet on top of it. So we have 2,000 liters. So we should pull almost $8,000 once we get this down to the store. That's pretty good. And then I think we're going to dedicate the rest of the afternoon to logging. Time to make some money up here. We're sitting with $6,600. Obviously, we're gonna get some money out of this fabric, which is great. But We gotta start watching for a header too. I wonder if we're gonna see a header on sale at some point here. Man, I still can't get over how we scored that. The combine and that trailer were such a great deal, but hopefully we see the same thing with a header. That would just be luck. All right, I checked, and the port is the high price. I guess we're exporting our silk. People are paying big money for it overseas. Well, I guess we're not making silk out of wool, are we? $7,800. Oh, well, $8,000 with the environmental bonus. Not bad. All right, we'll see how much I can stomach here for logging. But I would like to, so I'd like obviously to sell some wood so we could generate some cash here, and then but I'd also like to throw some more wood into the sawmill. We want to keep that rocking, obviously. I can't remember, was it like June or something like that is the best price for wood, so we do have a big sale coming up at some point here. Look at this, the dream team, the Valtra and the Zedor. It's nice when you can leave the trailers, like when you're logging and you're throwing, especially in these trailers, for some reason they like to move. But if you can leave them attached to a tractor, then you're usually better off. You don't run into too many issues. Okay, here's load 1 down the wavy hook. God, it always makes me nervous driving these things down here because I know that, like, with the REA mod, that center of gravity, these things are prone to tip. Which I like the fact that that's a possibility because it definitely makes you want to be a little more careful. But when you start hitting those undulations, it's a little nerve-wracking. All right, $25,500 for the first load plus an environmental bonus, so a little over $26,000. The tractor is about to explode. Get that fixed up. Now I was thinking it's a good thing that Axe mod came out after I started this series. Otherwise we likely would have done this with an axe and that would have been horrible. I do find, it's funny with when it comes to cutting trees down, it's like, some days I feel like I could cut 100 trees down and ooh, that one just about fell on my head. And some days I don't even want to look at a tree. Thankfully, this is a day where I got a little bit of ambition and wanted to cut some trees down, so we are going to make some cash. It's also nice on a... I don't know what it is, but some days you cut the tree, it doesn't even fall, it just stands there. And then other days you cut the tree and it falls. You do it all the same way, cut it in a certain direction, the direction you want it to fall, you cut it with the chainsaw nice and flat, so it should fall, but then it just stands there. So weird little glitchy things, but today things are running smooth, thankfully. Gotta get this, eventually I just want to get all the trees in this entire area cut down. And then we'll make it a field, probably. I was worried at one point about planting new trees and having them grow so we didn't run out of wood, but in all honesty, with the fields we have and the crops we've got planted and the current animals and what could potentially be future animals, there's lots of other income other than just logging available. All right, it's time to show me the money. Everything's been going pretty, well, I don't want to say it. I was going to say everything's been going pretty uneventful, pretty smooth. And watch, I'm probably going to tip this over as we pull into the sell point here now that I said that. Oh, it looks like we're good. All right, how much? 20 grand? I can't remember what we've been getting. 26. Almost $27,000 with that environmental bonus. I'll take that. All right, I probably got one more load of wood that I could possibly deal with today. So I think we're gonna get one more and we'll throw it into the sawmill. I want to look at upgrading that sawmill when we go there too, because I know we have the, what is it called? The upgradable productions mod or something. I don't know. Let's call it that. So I think by upgrading it, which I understand is not cheap, we should be able to churn out more wood products, or at least churn it out faster. So I want to take a look at that when we get this next load. And there it is. All right, careful around the crops. I really don't want to lose control here and go ripping into either field. It would just be devastating. I've been so careful not to destroy many crops. We've destroyed some crops, but not much. Okay, let's jump in there and we'll look at what upgrading costs. Still 45,000 liters in there right now. Super loud. $11,000. Honestly, I don't know what it does, but I'm assuming that it's better. All right, let's try to make this corner without dropping everything. The trick is to get, well, okay. I think I only have one of the, I think I only have one load in the, yeah, there you go. The other one wasn't in the window. There we go. Just loop around here. Gotta concentrate when you're cruising around through your buildings and everything here. You don't want to damage anything. There we go. So we have 64 now. Sorry, now we have 64,000 liters in there, so that's good. I just ran back up to the woods to grab the Z-Door here. We're gonna run a couple more little errands around the farm here before we roll into the first day of May. And wait till you see what we have planned for May. Step one, get the trailer unloaded. I like to keep this trailer empty because we use it so much. Just dump this stuff in our little holding area here. All right, there we go. Drop the big bag. I find it's just like your house or whatever. If you keep things organized and stay on top of it, then you don't end up with everything everywhere. I got some more bird food here. Smash into that light pole. How many times do you think I've hit that light pole? Man, it's pretty strong though. It hasn't fallen over. I imagine if in real life you'd hit that with a tractor 6 or 7 times, it would probably be gone by now. There we go. Get on there. Perfect. Hit the gas, buddy. You got it. What the heck? My gosh, that was fast. I'm fast on the forks. All right, let's get these bottomless pits fed, and then we will go rest our heads until May. Wait till you see. These guys aren't even very hungry, so let's just go take a rest. There we go. Welcome to May. Looks like we sold some animals overnight. That's good, I guess. About $1,000 there. All right, we got a few things to do to get started here before we get into the meat of the day. And of course, you probably know what's coming. It's the usual. It's chores in the morning, obviously. First, let's look at that. Field's looking good. Let's go check on that. Yeah. We're over the halfway mark. That was the wheat. We're on 4 of 7 stages for the wheat, which is pretty good. Got a pallet of tomatoes over there we'll have to deal with. This grass looks like it's growing a bit. It's so hard to tell on this map because it doesn't. It's not like a map like Valley Springs where the grass is, up to your nipples. We're in the forage stage, so we're not quite there yet. Every time I talk about the grass on Valley Springs, it gets higher and higher. I think at one point I was calling it waist deep, then armpits. What would be higher, your armpits or your nipples? Probably your armpits. Maybe they're equal. How's that canola looking? Stage 6 of 8. Very nice, very nice. Do my best not to run into it. All right, let's make a quick stop here at the birds and get the rest of this food into them. This is the foods that they didn't want this yesterday. Or I guess I should say last month, but they're probably hungry now. Yep, no problem. Go dump a bit in the chickens. All right, let's go feed these guys. Got a funny feeling by the end of this month, this shed's going to be a little more full. Just saying. There we go. Oh. Okay. Did manage to drop a couple. That's all right. Got to be careful when I've got 2 bales on here because it does get a little unstable. It'd be funny if there was a mod where animals escaped. Yeah, you open. Oh, look at this guy's coming running already. Food. They, if you open up the gate and they all came running to the gate to try to escape. Okay. Need a bigger weight on the back. There you go, my friends. Oh, took the first bale right away. Okay, they must have been running a little bit low. Oh, look at this, we got almost 2 pallets here. Thankfully these forks are long enough I can carry 2. All right, perfect. Let's get this into the spinnery. There we go. Job done there. All right, up next, we're going to clear the spawn point. as usual. we dumped a... I wonder how much faster this is going to produce now that we upgraded it. I don't know how that works. All right, perfect. Actually, we're spawning them as fast as we can move them. Might be worth checking the prices. I think May. I'm thinking we could probably start selling some of this. 13.59, 14.53. So that's really close, but $90 off, 20, and about $100 off. You know what? I'm sick of looking at those pallets. Let's get them sold. We gotta do. Let's get the trailer set up first. Kind of excited, actually. I mean, what's it going to be, like 30 or 40 grand? It's not going to be, we're not going to make $200,000. Like, it's funny when I watch the competitive multiplayer series, like with Daggerwin and Chainsaw, and when they go and sell like gold, for example, and they make, $400,000. I can't think that I've ever sold anything where I've made money like that. It's always like, all right, lots of work, a whole year's worth of effort, and you make $30,000. And yeah, it's crazy. It's funny in like hard economy, the prices of equipment and everything is not any less, but the money you make from all of your efforts are less. So it definitely becomes a lot harder to buy anything. I wonder if we're gonna fit all this onto one trailer. I'll do it, no problem. I saved you a bit of the pain, but ooh, these are heavy. We are very close. It's been drama-free, but there's still an opportunity here to completely mess up. Yeah, these pallets are deceivingly heavy. Like, I guess we're 1,000 liters by volume, not by weight. It's funny that we measure, everything's measured in liters, right? I know there's got to be a mod that measures things in their more appropriate weights or whatever, but okay. Last one, come on. Had no weird bale issues or weird pallet issues, which is good. All right, success. Come on. Yeah, there you go, success. Let's go make some money. All right, we're going nice and easy here. We don't want to tip anything over. So when I checked earlier, oddly enough, the planks, the best price was the restaurant. I don't know why. And the furniture was the port, but it was so insignificant that I think I calculated that our best bet was to sell it all at the restaurant. Yeah, of course the restaurant would want all those wood products, right? Just please don't tip over. We're gonna check in quickly here just to make sure that's still the case. Come on, brakes. Come on, brakes. All right, so yeah, still there, and 1361. Okay, so we're gonna sell it all at the restaurant. They'll take the furniture too. It's basically the same price. I just think it's funnier selling all this stuff to the restaurant. So guessing somewhere between 30 and 40 grand, I guess. So satisfying. $35,400, and it looks like $1,100, so $36,500 basically. So that's pretty good. Oh, look, we got some more stuff here. That looks pretty safe. There you go, another 4. So we made about 40 grand on our trip to the city here. The city. This is one hell of a city. All right, check it out. We are cruising home with almost $100,000 in our bank. It's pretty good. What are we gonna do with 100 grand? I got an idea. Okay, let's go check on the. I want to go check on the sheep because I think we're. I noticed earlier we're overloaded, and I'm thinking we might have some stuff in there that we don't want. So we may thin that herd a little bit before we go on to the major task that we've got planned for today. Hello, guys. Okay, 120 of 120, and we've got some young males in here. 8 of them, so let's get rid of those. Some more. Bye-bye. We need the ram. Some more of these guys, probably a few to get rid of there. That should be good. No, wait, hold on. We got some more. All right. That takes us to 100 grand. 99,544. Okay, we got plans. Let's go get these. Let's go get these pallets into the. I don't think the chickens and the ducks are gonna need any food. Maybe we'll just end up storing some of this. Well, maybe we can put some of this on their shelves. But anyways, at least it's out of the way. Yeah, they're all topped up. So let's get these pallets up onto the shelf. Since might as well put on the chicken shelf since they're not making any eggs. Just put your food here. I know you guys are eating a lot, but you're not giving me any eggs, so, you know, whatever. Okay, anybody want to take a guess where we're going with the mower? Go on, take a guess. Time to drop some coin, I guess is what you would say. Let me just get an idea where we're at. Oh, we gotta move over a little bit. Yeah, you guys said we're buying a field. And we're gonna be making some more bales. Oh God. God help me. A little bit more over. I wanna buy the next field over. Come on, keep going, buddy. Just trying to get an idea where the edge is. There, that should be just about lined up. Check this field out. It goes all the way to the edge of those trees up there. What do you think? Hundreds of bales? Yeah, we're lined up. See how it goes right where the trees sort of start to curve around there? $79,000. We're gonna have lots of money left over. It is nerve-wracking. You definitely don't want to screw something up. Ooh, there you go. We're left with about 20 grand. And we're going to be able to take a ton of grass off of here. Opposite points. Nice and smooth. Anyways, that's a lot of grass right there, folks. That's field grass too. It's amazing how many bales we're going to take off of here. But imagine we had this planted and we were fertilized and everything, and it was growing like a solid crop of grass. Anyways, there's step 1 done. All right, here comes step 2. We got to put all this in rows. Oy, oy, oy. It's the kind of thing, I know you can use course play and, you know, whatever, all these other, I don't use any of that stuff, but this would probably be the one time that I wouldn't mind using it, because you can't really put a worker on this kind of job. I don't think, anyways. I've never actually tried, but I imagine they would just keep on driving and never come back. But yeah, when you take a field of grass, fresh cut grass like this, and it's all put into rows, nice and neat, it's hard to beat that. All right, anyways, we're in the middle of step 2. Okay, and step 2 is no small project. Oh my God, look at that. I think it was like almost 2 in-game hours. But yeah, it's looking good. It's ready for the next step. Oh my God, that was painful. Speaking of painful, this might be the step that breaks me. 3,500 liter bale at a time. Oh my God. There's going to be hundreds of bales. Yep, drop that bale. There's one. Let's go. All right, it's right around now that I start, like 1,000 bales later, that I started thinking, man, if we were making bigger bales, this would probably be faster. I wouldn't have to stop as often. So it's time to check the store. Here, like, look at this. I can make 150 centimeter bales, which I think are 5,500 liters. And I just got to come up with like 40 grand. The store is likely going to pay me something for this baler. So I think we're going to do that. Let's get that thing, let's get this sold and let's start making some bigger bales, because this is painful. And I'd like to get one more field after this, and you know, so we'll still be baling. All right, before we can sell it, we should see if we can fix it. I don't think it needs any servicing, but it definitely looks like it needs a paint job. Yeah, so it's perfect there, but $6 grand for paint. So, okay, so it looks like they're going to give us $18,269 as is. It's going to cost us $6,000 to repaint it. So this is a good, let's see the math. So as long as we get more than $24,269 after repainting, $25,669. There you go. It's worth $600 more because we repainted it. So we're going to get our $6 grand back, plus we're going to get an extra $600. So that's worth it. But we still don't have enough money. What do we need? Another $1,000 for, is it 39.4, I think, for the baler? Oh, there you go. We got a pallet. What do we got? We got money. That's what we got. What are those? These are worth like $2,000 or $3,000 each, I think. If you've made it this far in the episode, I truly appreciate it. This is, like I mentioned, a bit of a mega mix to get us through a couple of spring months here. But we're getting close to harvest season and some sort of real excitement. So I kind of wanted to just make this mix here. It was almost like there wasn't enough to make 2 decent episodes, so I figured we'd just make one big fat episode. There we go, $2,600. We got enough for our baler now. I just dump this thing anywhere. I do try to put it in a reasonable spot each time, but anyways. Okay, let's go spend some money. These would be the oldest looking new balers. I don't know, it's the color combination maybe? They just look old. All right, well, Well, let's get this and we'll bring it back up and get that field finished off. All right, before this day is done, I think we should be able to, well, we're going to pick up a bunch of these and just make them, leave them as grass for the sheep. I don't really know how many we're going to do, but, and then I'd like to get the rest of them wrapped and taken off the field so we wake up the next day and the second day of May and hopefully there's nothing on the field, but let's see. Maybe that's a little too ambitious. Let's see how far we get. It's nice knowing that we're going to have more food for the sheep. Okay, we've done a good job to get a bunch of loads into this shed here, which I think is maybe going to be enough. The next step would be to grab the wrapper and wrap the rest of the bales that are out there. I don't know. We'll decide. We may want a couple more grass, but let's get. We'll go get the wrapper and start working on that, anyways. Well, that was fun, man. That's a lot of baling. Anyways, all right. So before we go to bed here at the end of the day, I want to get this spawn point cleared. I think a little different now, though. We're in that season where we can sell these, so I don't think we're just gonna move them over to the side. I think we'll just put them onto the trailer, really. Oh, there's another one. Didn't really get too far, and another one just dumped out. All right, we'll get them both loaded. We'll get the pallet of furniture loaded, and then we are going to sleep for the first day of May, and then we're going to roll into the second day where we've got more planned. And these April and May jam-packed, new field, new piece of property. Lots of bales. We've got stuff going on. Good morning and welcome to the second day of May, in which this grass is still not... hey, see the forest on the other side there? This grass isn't ready, but... we gotta go check out those trees. Look at them. These were saplings when we planted them. Oh, I definitely didn't pick the right trees. So we have birch, which is worth nothing. And we have, I can't remember what are these other ones called. Stone pine. I guess I wanted what, spruce? Anyways, look at that. Another beautiful morning here, obviously. Hinterland never disappoints. Oh, I forgot about the honey. These bees have just been plugging away in the corner here. I totally forgot about them. Oh, looks like they forgot about making honey too. 20 liters. Keep up the good work there, bees. About to get those bees fired and replace them with some better bees. We're gonna get some stuff sold here this morning. What the heck is this? Wood chips. I was wondering how the wood chips worked. Man, finally. That really does not produce a lot of wood chips, does it? Compared to the amount of planks and furniture it spit out already, and one pallet of wood chips. We got those wood chips and planks loaded. We want to get a little bit more food into the sheep here. It'd be cool if you could just, if there was a mod for a farmhand, and basically you paid an hourly wage and they came every day and they fed your animals. Wait a minute. Where's my full pallet, guys? Not cool. Alright, we're gonna sell this fabric today too. I think we're gonna load this trailer up. Those silage bales should be ready also. Yeah, I think so, eh? Get rid of the wood, get rid of the fabric. Before we go to town, let's make sure these guys have some water. I don't know how much they're gonna need. Alright, let's go check on those bales. They've got to be ready. Don't worry, I'll get there. Come on. There we go. I've got these stacked a little bit high, I think. There we go. No problem. It's been a bit of a balancing act. Perfect. Alright, we'll fit as many as we can fit on here anyways. Alright, we'll grab a couple more passengers for the ride here. I've got a couple, looks like wheat. A couple pallets of wheat. I think we'll just sell them since we're going that way anyways. Yeah, there's one here and one in the next silo. Silo? What do I call these silos? Greenhouse. Okay. There's some space up there. Sure, that's realistic. Alright, this has to be very careful now. Like, tipping this over is not an option. It sucks because the wheels are so close together on this trailer that if you do happen to turn sharp, and I'm using keyboard and mouse for everything, so everything's, you know, tap, tap, tap when it comes to turning, so it's hard to, you know, tap softly and not turn this thing over. Thankfully, we got here in one piece. Just gotta make this corner. All right, let's see how much of this will sell. We had nothing. What did we have, like $95 in the bank? Oh yeah, the bales. So 11, 12, so about 12 grand right there. For some reason that one thing, well, the wheat's not standing up straight, that's why. And the bales I have to knock off here in order to sell them, so that's kind of a pain in the butt with the bales. There we go. And there we go, the final bale. What a pain in the butt that is. But you know, we're making money, so it's all good. And just before we leave the megalopolis here, we'll sell a pallet of bread. So that's got to be another, what, 1,500 bucks? $1,400. That price has gone down. All right, we got a little bit more work to do today. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. It feels like a full day already, but we've got to get the rest of these bales sold. Then we got to get some bales off the field. We got a field full of silage bales that needs clearing. All right, once we got those bales loaded, we there was what do we got on there? One pallet of sorghum and one pallet of wood planks also. So we got those loaded up and we're down at the store now. So I think that's all the rest of the sellable silage bales that we have. And now we just have the new ones that are fermenting. And of course oh, that was lucky. Some of the bales fell over. So the sorghum sold, but the pallet of wood planks, I think I got them on there sideways, so they're not selling. So we're gonna get those knocked off too. I wish I could just go full speed one hit and have everything fall off. It'd be perfect. And nothing. That was so brutal. I mean, this kind of works. Where it doesn't work is for the low ones. Sorry, when there's a low single doesn't work, obviously. There. I don't think I can get enough momentum to push these ones off. Oh, maybe, yeah, I'm good. Can I get 201? Wow, that was actually probably the best I've ever done unloading those things. Perfect. It's nice when each bale's worth almost $600. Actually, with the environmental score, it is basically worth $600. That's a huge number for us. Here's the stupid thing. That's hard economy. Those would be worth like $2,000 if we were on easy economy. No, 2100. Let's see. They'd be worth like $2,500 probably. That's such a big difference. Gotta check that used market. Nothing there. Well, there's a nice big tractor, but that's about it. I keep checking because we're gonna have to buy a header at some point here. I mean, the thing with the equipment, you can always buy something new. It's just a question of whether something used pops up before you need it. So I'm hesitant to buy anything before we actually need to harvest. I just got to make sure I got the money in the bank. Yeah. Anyways, let's head home. Okay, now the surprise. I don't think I mentioned anything about this, but my intention was to get this field and throw in some cows. We can fit 250 cows in this open field here, which I think is going to be perfect for this space. The whole time I just pictured cows roaming around there. Question of whether or not we fence it. I don't know that, but I'm like, what a bargain for $5,000. Now I guess it's not really a bargain because it really just consists of a water dish and a feeding dish. but in the end, yeah, for $5,000 we can throw this in and basically put 500 cows in here. I don't know if you've used this before. You just hit this trigger and it'll get rid of that target area. The target area is good though because when you want to put a fence in or something, you can see. But anyways, the cows won't roam outside of this area. And you just keep putting your food in and putting the water in. So yeah, that was the surprise. So now we'll go back to work and get these bales put away. All right, with those bales put away, I took a nap. So it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel refreshed. That was a lot of work, but let's check the used market. And I think I see our next piece of equipment. So at $34,000, we can bale and wrap. So that would turn our silage process into a single step instead of having to bale and then wrap. So that's a bonus for $34,000. I know we just bought our baler, but I think that's a good idea. So I could sell the baler and I could sell the wrapper, and I could pick up a baler that wraps. Then I could probably pick up, well, I could finally maybe get one of those square, like the John Deere or the Krone square baler for 12 grand. And then we could use that for anything that's not silage. I think before we roll out of May here, we're going to have to find ourselves with 2 new balers in the garage. All right, so after repairs and paint, we're getting $18,500. So that'll leave us with $48,000. Might as well fix this while we're at it. There we go, pick that up. We'll still have about 10 grand. Why is this the hardest thing in the game? What color are my bales going to be? Oh, man. There you go. Something fancy like dark gray. Paying $1,000 to have that option for dark gray. There it is. So let's haul this back up, and then we'll go grab the other baler and bring that back. We'll sell it and grab the square baler, and then we are set to roll into June, I think. If I can connect this. I don't remember what we paid for this thing, but let's see what it's worth now. $31,900. Did we pay somewhere in the 30s for it? We've got to repaint it already. What the heck? We've been rough on this thing. 35 grand. I want to say we paid like 39,000 for it. All right, let's look at these balers. All right, I think we're going to go with the Krone version. I don't think we're going to do the John Deere version. What shade of yellow should we go for? Melted butter? Sure, melted butter it is. Yeah, 12 grand. This thing's a steal. It does all size of bales. Now that we have the cows, obviously we're going to need to get some hay. So we need hay and straw. So once harvest hits, we'll have the straw, and then we can make some hay. So with the hay and the straw, we already have tons of, well, we have silage that's in the works right now. We'll have what we need to make some food. So we'll have to get a feed mixer for the cows. We'll get this thing put next to, we'll go park it next to the other baler, I guess. If you made it this far in the video, why don't you throw a comment down below and let me know what the last thing the last piece of equipment we put away in this mega episode was, and then I'll know you made it right to the end. But if you did make it to the end, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All the feedback on all the videos we've been posting have been great, and I'm really working hard to try to get as much posted as I can, but it's not easy. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the mega mix. That's probably going to be about an hour and a half is my guess. But yeah, we're all done here. Next stop is June. I'm going to go put my feet up and relax and think about all the stuff we got accomplished. So anyways, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.